Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Teenie Crochets and today I'll be showing you how to crochet this angry little guy, the Hulk. For all the items and a link to the written description, don't forget to check out the description box below. And before we get going, if you like these tutorials, please leave a thumbs up now. It's a free thing that you can do and it helps me out so much. Now with crochet hooks at the ready, let's get going. So let's start with his feet. If you've watched a couple of my tutorials by now, you may be getting the gist of what we're doing. So with our green DK yarn and my 3.5mm hook, I'm going to slip knot onto my hook and I'm going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now let's zoom in a little bit. Now into the second chain from hook, so not this first chain, but this second chain, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. I'm now going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 chains. So 1, 2 and 3. And into the last chain I'm going to do 3 single crochets all into this chain. 1, 2 and 3. So that has allowed me to turn my work. So we're now going to be working along the back of the foundation chain or back of the back of the stitches that we've just created. So we haven't chained 1 and turned, we've literally just rotated our work. I'm now going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches or 3 chains. 1, 2 and 3. And into the last stitch of this round, which was the first stitch of the previous, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. So we now have 12 stitches working in the round. For our next round we're going to increase to 18 stitches. So to do that we're going to do 2 single crochets into the first stitch and we're going to be working around now. So into this first stitch I'm going to do 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. I'm going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. And I'm going to do 2 single crochets into each of the next 3 stitches. So I'm going to do an increase in each of the next 3 stitches. So 1 and 2 into the first stitch, 3 and 4 into the second stitch, 5 and 6 into the third. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, so no more increases. 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, 2 and 3. And into the last 2 stitches of this round I'm going to do 2 single crochets into each stitch. So another increase in each of the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2. And into the last stitch, 3 and 4. So we now have 18 single crochets and I'm going to single crochet around these 18 stitches 3 times. So I'll meet you back here once I've finished my third row. So there we go, that was the last of my 3 rounds and we now want to do a decrease. So for the next round we want to decrease from 18 stitches to 14 and we want all of the decreases to happen at one side of the foot, so just at the front so that we can bring it in for his toes. So to do that we are going to single crochet in the first 5 stitches. So 1 single crochet in each of the first 5 stitches, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together 4 times, and to do the single crochet together, to do the decrease, we're going to insert our hook underneath the front loop only of the first stitch, and then insert our hook under the front loop only of the second stitch, yarn over, pull through both of these loops, so we have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through both of these loops. And that is how we are going to do our decreases, our single crochet 2 stitches together from here on out. So we've just single crochet 2 together, and we're going to do that another 3 times. So that was for 2, that was for 3, and that was for 4. And to finish this round, I'm going to single crochet 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Next we want to do another decrease round, so we are going to single crochet, what are we doing? We're going to decrease from 14 stitches to 12, and we're going to again do all the decreases at the front of the foot. So to begin, we're going to single crochet 5, so 1 single crochet into 5 stitches, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now I'm going to single crochet 2 stitches together twice. So single crochet 2 stitches together once, and then single crochet 2 stitches together twice. And then we're going to single crochet 5 to take us to the back of the work. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we now have 12 stitches and his foot is made. So now we're going to do 1 round of single crochet of 12 stitches. So we're now going to increase again, so we're going to increase from 12 stitches to 15. To do that, we are going to single crochet 1 single crochet into 3 stitches, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets into the following stitch, and we're going to do that 3 times. So I'm going to single crochet 1, 2, 3, and into the next stitch I'm going to increase for 4 and 5. Single crochet for 6, 7 and 8. Increase in the next stitch for 9 and 10. Single crochet 11, 12 and 13, increase in the last stitch for 14 and 15. And we're now going to single crochet around these stitches, these 15 stitches for 6 rows. So round and round 6 times. So I've now finished my 6 single crochets around, and we're going to do a colour change now, and we're going to introduce our purple colour. So I've fastened off at the back of the work, so to make sure that all the colour changes happen in this place. We don't want our colour changes to happen at the front and them look messy. So to join the purple yarn, I'm going to slip stitch onto my hook. I'm going to insert my hook into the stitch where I want the colour change to be. Yarn over and pull through. So I have 2 loops on my hook. Yarn over and pull through both of these loops. So I've completed the first single crochet whilst attaching the purple yarn. For this round we are going to single crochet around, but we're going to do a stitch called the spike stitch, and this is to make the bottom of his shorts look as though they've been ripped off when he's growing muscly. So to do a spike stitch, what we're going to do is insert our hook. If I zoom in a little bit more, I'm going to insert my hook into one of the rows below the row that I'm working on. So I'm not going to go into the stitch as normal. I'm going to take my hook and insert it either 1 or 2 rows below into any of the scaps that you see. So if you can see that, I've literally just inserted my hook straight into the gap from 1 row beneath. I'm then going to yarn over and pull through, and you want to make sure to do that loosely so you don't pull all your work tight. So I've got 2 loops on my hook as normal, and finish as you would normally with a single crochet. So that is a spike stitch. You can also do that by going more than 1 row beneath, so you can go 2 rows beneath, So instead of going into this row here, we're going to go into the second row beneath. So let's do a spike stitch down there. And as you can see, what's going to happen is it's going to give a jaggy start to the purple and hopefully give the impression that we want. And for some of the stitches, I'm going to just do a normal single crochet into the stitch as normal. So I'm going to go round and I'm going to do 15 stitches, and I'm going to make sure they're all different heights. So some will be going two rows beneath, some will be going one row beneath, some will be a normal single crochet, and I might even go down for 3 rows. So let's have a look at that, 1, 2 and 3. So if I insert my hook 3 rows down, oh, that was only 2 rows, even further than that, so 1, 2 and let's go down here. I'm going to do that all the way around. Okie doke, there we go. So there's the end of that round. And if I turn the foot, you can see that the purple is all different lengths. And for our next row, I'm just going to single crochet around the 15 stitches normally once. So single crochet around 15 stitches. For our next round, we want to decrease from our 15 stitches to 12 because we're going to create his knee now. So to do that, we are going to single crochet into 3 stitches, and then we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together, and we're going to repeat that for 3 times. So single crochet for 1, 2 and 3. Then we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. So that was a decrease for 4. Then we're going to single crochet for 5, 6 and 7. Now we're going to decrease, single crochet 2 stitches together for number 8. Then single crochet 9, 10, 11 and decrease for 12. After that decrease round, we're going to immediately do another increase round back to 15 stitches. So we're going to single crochet in 3 stitches and do 2 single crochets into the following stitch 3 times. So single crochet 1, 2 and 3, 2 single crochets in the next stitch for 4 and 5, single crochet 6, 7, 8, increase in the next stitch for 9 and 10, single crochet 11, 12 and 13, increase in our last stitch for 14 and 15. So we're now back to 15 stitches, and now we're going to single crochet around these 15 stitches for 4 rows. So after the 4th round of purple, we're going to do our last decrease round for the leg, and we're going to decrease back to 12 stitches. So we're going to single crochet 3 stitches, and then we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together, and we're going to do that 3 times. So let's single crochet for 1, 2 and 3, decrease for 4, single crochet 5, 6, 7, decrease for 8, single crochet 9, 10, 11 and decrease for 12. So to fasten off with our yarn, I'm going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch, then I'm going to chain 1, and I can cut this tail and pull through. So there's one of our legs. All we need to do now is stuff it and make it look muscly. So with my polyfill, I'm going to push this into place and make sure to mould it into the areas that I want. If you didn't get that, that was mould it into the areas that I want. and there's his first leg done. And now you need to go away and make another leg exactly the same way as this. So go rewind the video back to the beginning, make another leg, but you don't want to fasten off on the second leg, so leave the second leg attached, and I'll meet you back here when I have 2 legs and we can begin to join them. So I have finished my second leg, and we now want to join both of the legs. And to do that, I'm going to single crochet around to the left hand side of the leg that is still attached to the yarn. So it should be about 3 extra stitches. So 1, 2 and 3. And you just want to check that you are in a nice position to attach both of the legs. And then you're going to loosely chain 1. And then we're going to pick up the first leg that we made, and into the right hand side of this leg, so the stitch that you want to attach, I'm going to do a slip stitch. And I have now joined both of the legs. So I'm now going to continue to single crochet around this leg, and I'm going to single crochet into 11 stitches. We've slip stitched into 1, and we're not going to count that as a stitch, so we're just going to single crochet around the remaining 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So now I'm going to single crochet into one side of the chain 1 that we made. So into that chain 1 space, I'm going to insert my hook and do 1 single crochet. So we're now going to single crochet around the 11 stitches on the opposite leg. So we're not going to single crochet into the chain that we chained 1 from, or the stitch that we chained 1 from, but we're going to single crochet around the remaining 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And now we're going to single crochet into the opposite side of that chain 1 space that we made earlier. So insert your hook into the other side of the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through and complete a single crochet. So the legs are now completely joined, and we now have 24 stitches, because we have 11 stitches around each leg, which makes 22 stitches. And then we have a chain 1 in the middle, and we single crocheted into either side of that, so we now have 24 stitches. So for the next 3 rounds, I'm going to single crochet around these 24 stitches without any increases or decreases, just 3 rounds of single crochet.